welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today I am in Ringwood and I'm fishing at Linbrook. I'm back here. I did do a video on this last year where I did manage to nick one actually. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. But yeah, back at Linbrook, and this time I'm in the double swim because I got someone with me currently putting his rig out with a baiting pole. But yeah, I'll go into a bit more detail of who I'm with, what we're doing, our approach and that sort of thing. But yeah, we got, what have we got, 48 on here? 48 hours on Linbrook. Let's see if we can catch some scaly bangers. Well, I'm already getting screaming runs on the middle rod. And there's a reason for it. Oh, there's two reasons for it actually. And they're both out there, taking a mick. I said to Callum, I can't be fishing here the whole time with them doing that, so I'm gonna have to find a deeper area of the lake to fish in, because yeah, that ain't gonna be fishing. Look, that is silly, absolutely silly. Here we are, all set up. My bivvy, Callum's bivvy, the social bivvy. Got the beers on the go. Cal's got all his rods out. I've only got two out at the minute. It started down, so I was like, we'll leave that, do that in a minute. We're going to use the baiting pole, get it down the margin. Result, that's banging. This probably looks really silly because like Callum's like sat up here and you can probably just see my head in the top of the shot. Just like, hello. Right, so we're going to go through our rods and what we're doing and our approach here. Like I say, we are on here for 48 hours, so it's currently Friday, we're on till Sunday. Yep. It's busy as well. Like, I've only been here once before, but when I was here last time there was only other two people on. But today there's only one swim, well there's two swims available.
One's flooded.
But one's flooded, so yeah, that's not being used at the moment. But as you saw, I've been getting wiped out by swans on my middle rod, so I have actually changed that now, fishing to the right of the island. Dropped down a little deeper, didn't it? Another foot or two. Yeah, so that's
nice and firm.
Yeah, and I put 4 spoms over the top of that, and in my spob mix, I've got maize, hemp, and then it's all coated with the OG Fish Magic Dust, and I've got some 14mm Magic Dust whole boilies in there as well. So plenty of attraction in there. It's got some monster crab flat spot in there as well. So if you do want to try Parker baits, you can use my coupon code, which is South Coast Angler at checkout, and that'll get you 10% off if you want to try out Parker baits. But it looks like an awesome mix. I've got my left hand rod, which I will play on screen now so you can see it, but my left hand rod has gone out with the baiting pole. Callum's kindly lended me his baiting pole. That's gone out to the left hand margin under the tree. Like I said, I've got that middle rod out now just to the right of that island, and then my right hand rod is out on a 3.5 foot zig. And that's more or less sort of straight out towards that. I've got a tree marker over the back there. So that's my 3 rods, that's how I'm fishing. I've got a OG Fish wafter, match a hatch on the left hand rod. The middle rod has got a 14mm OG Fish boilie on it with a little yellow topper. And then obviously the zig is, actually I say obviously, usually I use yellow and black.
Obviously not obvious.
No, obviously not obvious. I've gone for black foam, but a redder liner this time. So that's me, that's my 3 rods, and that's how I'm fishing. Callum, you want to talk us through your rods and how you're going, your 100%. Approach?
So I've gone a little bit lighter on the baiting front than I normally go anyway. I've gone for a general mix of hemp, corn, some OG fish boilies, some OG fruit and nut that I've started using this winter and done really quite well on, to be honest. Some chops in there, a few sort of like micro pellet and things like that. So I've put 4 spoms of that on, so I've got like a snaggy sort of bay margin.
What I'll do is I'll overlay it on screen now so you can see where he's fishing.
Yeah, lovely. And then I've got 2 rods to an overhanging tree. They're probably, I reckon they're about maybe 4 rod lengths apart. Same distance, one's on the end of the tree, one's sort of in like a little cove in the tree. Nice firm drops. Yeah, it's relatively smooth out there, there's nothing to fish to, other than the obvious features.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 rods going that way, and then one right down my right hand margin.
Yeah.
One's on a Ronnie rig down the margin. In the cove is a solid bag with mini mix, a load of the magic dust. You go through tons of that stuff. And the other one is on a D-rig that I started using. I'm sick of tying up rigs, and they're nice and easy and quick.
And what hook bait have you got on that?
So I've got a original wafter for OG Fish on the D-rig.
Yeah.
I've got a small yellow magic bean on the solid bag rig.
Yeah.
And the other one's a little tiny 12mm pop-up. They're my go-to at the moment. Pink OG fruit and nut. I just killed it on that this winter on them. So.
Yeah. And you have got a very hard bag.
Thank you.
It was very firm.
It's nice and tight.
Callum came over to me, so I got a really. He goes, "Feel my bag." I've got a really tight bag, so it was a very tight bag. But yeah, so there we go. That's the approach. That's how we do it. And obviously, I've kind of nearly already caught a bloody swan, as you saw that madness. I've got the ducks
You're about
now.
to get mallard as well.
Yeah, I've got the. Oh God. But yeah, I love it here at Linbrook. Like Callum said, you know, there's not really a lot of features in it apart from the margins and the overhanging trees and the island. Like out in the lake, I mean, I've not been in every swim, but everywhere we were chucking it was a clean.
Yeah.
You kind of got a drop, and it was quite gravelly and.
There's a gravel spot out by the island.
Yeah.
But I always sort of try and say keep off the gravel. Everyone fishes gravel, don't they?
Yeah.
Either fish the seam of it or find a silt. And
it was very shallow towards the island from this swim, so.
It'd be interesting to hear tonight and see if there's any fish boshing around, or wake up at first light tomorrow if there's any fizz or anything. That sort of shows us where we need to be. But
apparently, there's not been a fish out since Sunday.
Sunday last, yeah. So
it's now
it's Friday.
So it's been 5 days.
And here comes the rain.
Since the fish has come out. And here comes the rain, so I'm going to bring my camera in so it doesn't get too wet, and we'll update you as we go through the session.
God, that is really coming down.
It's just come out of nowhere, so...
Pizza's on the way as well.
Pizza's on the way, happy days. I'll show you that as well. Well, there we are, we're in the double swim there, and I was talking about the left-hand margin. I got my baiting pole out, or sorry, Callum's baiting pole out, and I've put it past these two trees here. I'm going to stay back from the edge. I've got it right in there. Lovely. Apparently the margins are very good here, so hopefully that'll be proven correct. But I'm on duty to go and pick up the pizza and the kebabs, so let's go get them. Right, well the food is here. I was kind of hungry, so I just kind of smashed my pizza without even showing you. But Callum, talk us through what you got there.
Oh mate, so I had a chicken burger to start, and now I've got a something special. So I've got kofta kebab, got lamb meat in there, chicken, lamb doner, 3 different dips.
Yeah, what's the dips?
So I've got a bit of burger sauce, got my basic guy, some chilli sauce that's really nice, and obviously your garlic mayo, and a side of pitta. But the salad, that's gone straight in the bin.
And we had mozzarella dippers as well, which were good.
Good eating, boy.
Oh, so I've had my pizza, and I mean, it's not big, it's not clever. Well, it is big, it's very big. I've got doner meat and chips with ketchup, and it's just about to rain again. Look how, oh, you can't see that, but look, that's how the sky looks normally, and look how dark it is over there. Oh, grim. But to be honest with you, mate, I don't care what the weather's doing. I'm going to be in a food coma in 20 minutes, half an hour.
It's gonna be ideal, isn't it?
Oh,
That's lovely.
this is banging.
Happy days.
So darkness has rolled in. We are absolutely in a food coma, both of us. We've eaten so much food. And Callum's just gone to the car to get a lantern or something so we can sit under the head. You can't see it, it's pitch black here. But we're going to sit with a bit of light. I mean, we've got our head torches and stuff, but we don't really want to waste the battery, so I think Callum's got a lantern. But we've not seen any signs of fish showing. Like I say, apparently there's no fish been out since Sunday, so that's a good 5 days. It's not done a bite, but the fish are going to have to feed at some point. However, tonight is heavy rain and very cold temperatures. It is the first weekend of March. But, you know, like we said, they're going to have to feed at some point, and I think tomorrow is meant to be rainy as well, so I don't know, we'll see. We've got different weather conditions, and obviously we've got 6 rods out here between us. Plenty of other anglers on the lake with 3 rods out. Surely something's got to give. Well, get a load of this. Callum and I were saying about how we thought my zig rod was going to go, weren't we?
Definitely, mate.
We said I had the most confidence in my zig rod, which was my right hand rod, which is now in because I just had what happened, Cal? I had a take.
Well, we were sitting there having a conversation, and then bit pulled up, looked up.
Yeah.
Hit it.
Well, I hit it because when you're zig fishing, even if you get small indications, you have to hit it because it's you have that sort of line, don't you, between the hook. But anyway, with that, I've reeled it in. As I've reeled it in, I felt the fish.
Called me up to get the net.
Yeah, no. So I've lifted into it, I felt resistance, and I was like, the fish is there, and it pulled straight away, and I was like, I spat the hook, but it hadn't. What's happened is, I've obviously foul hooked a fish. So this is a scale. So obviously what's happened is, the fish has swum alongside it, hooked itself, and then as I've pulled up, I've obviously pulled the scale off, which I'm not happy about, but it's one of those things, what can you do? But what that does say to me is that there are fish swimming around out there at 3.5 foot. Right, so after that zig incident, not a lot happened. I wrapped back up just under 9 wraps, got it back out there. Very happy with it, but nothing's happened since. It's been out for a couple of hours since that happened, but it's just gone 11 o'clock at night now, so we're going to turn in for the night. Callum and I have said, if either of us get any indication, any bites, any fish, we're going to wake each other up. So hopefully, if something does happen, you'll see that next. But if not, it'll be the morning. But yeah, it's just positive signs that there obviously fish are out in front of me, and they are swimming up in the water. Let's just hope that one of them slips up and grabs hold of that zig. Well, good morning. It is the first morning, or the first night, and not a sniff. It's about 3 degrees right now, but I'm currently looking over at peg 3 because he's holding up a fish. And just as I went to film it, he put the fish down, but I don't know if you can see over there, he's just putting the sling back in the water with the fish, which is a promising sign. There you go. I don't know how big it is. Can't really see from here, but fair play to the boy. That is the first fish out apparently since Sunday, and like I say, that is a promising sign. I'm gonna probably spend the next couple of hours seeing what he does, how much bait he puts out, if he's fishing a margin, if he's fishing out in the lake, because you can learn stuff off other people. Callum and I, as you would have guessed, didn't have anything last night, but the rain came down. Oh my god, yeah, it woke us up. It was so loud. Yeah, I'm so happy we didn't get a run when the rain was going. But yeah, it's meant to warm up a little bit today, up to about 8-9 degrees, maybe 10 if we're lucky. I think it's a relatively dry day, but I think we're just gonna refocus what we're doing, refocus the rods, get a bit of bait out, maybe change rigs or styles or tactics or hook baits, I don't know, but I'm sure I'll update you as and when we go. Here he is.
Morning.
Morning, sweetheart.
How you doing, all right?
How was the weather last night?
Rained pretty hard, didn't it?
It did rain pretty hard. Anything during the night?
Nothing, mate, apart from Delt's going bonkers in the rain.
Yeah. I just said the guy in peg 3 just put that fish back.
Is that 3 or 2? I don't know.
1, 2, no, it is peg 3, yeah. I did see him hold it out for a photo, but I couldn't quite see the size of it.
Fair play to him. Fair play.
Yeah, happy days. Well, it's a promising sign, mate.
That's it, mate. I've been sitting up since about, I don't know, what time did I set my alarm? 5:45 or that?
Yeah.
Nout.
And now we got a couple of visitors for brekkie.
Oh well, mate. It's good to be out.
It's good to be out, mate. Today, eh? Hey, it's a lovely way to wake up, isn't it? Look at this. Mate, stunning. Yeah.
The facilities are great, I must say. I'll be coming back.
Well, about 1 hour since the guy in peg 3 had one. Looks like the bloke in peg... Oh, I don't know what peg that is. I don't know what it goes up to. 10, 11, is that 12? Peg 12? He's into one now. I think he's in peg... That was a horrible thing to look at. Cal, I think he's in peg 12, right? 10's flooded.
Yeah, you can tell. You just see a bit of fizzing out by... About 3 minutes off the island.
Callum just said Callum's just said he's seen a bit of fizzing about 2 or 3 rod lengths off the island. That's where my middle rod is. So hopefully, well, obviously the carp are coming on the feet now. So hopefully they're dropping down and we might get a bit of action.
How good daytime bites. I love a daytime bite. Oh, no running around at night. I saw the bobbing go up.
Yeah.
And I was like, Aaron, you got to have a liner. And then
Happy days. I've got one in the net. And I think, and I'm hoping it's going to go 20. It's not one of those 30s, but it's going to be up a double, might scrape a 20. But
there's another fish just coming out.
It's bite time. I'm going to get that rod straight back out, mate, and then we'll sort this fish out. Yes, I've got one in the net. Get in. As I say, I think it's going to be up a double, but before I get it out and weigh it up, I'm going to leave it in the water in the net, get that rod back out on that spot because the fish are coming on the feed. Callum did mention to me a couple of times this morning he's seen bubbles just off the edge of that island, and that's the rod that went. So that was on a OG Fish 14mm bottom bait with a little yellow topper. That seems to be doing me a lot of bites in recent sessions. So yeah, let's get him unhooked, let's get the rod back out, and hopefully we can get another. But I'll show you, it's a scaly one, and I'll show you in a minute. Right, well, here it is, 22 pound 4 ounce, and arguably, or I would probably say, the best ever mirror carp that I've ever caught in terms of looks. There you go. Look at the scales on that. Absolutely stunning, and I will show the other side for you. But yeah, it's quite cold, and it came off the middle rod to the island. 14mm OG fish with a little yellow topper, and this one couldn't resist the Parker bait, so happy days. Let me show you the other side. And here is the other side. Like I say, absolutely stunning, and probably the best looking mirror I've ever had. Let's get some photos. I'm absolutely made up with this one, honestly. Like the way it was yesterday with the weather dropping and the rain and not many fish out, and we heard the news that there's been nothing caught since Sunday. I didn't have much hope for this sort of session, but I know Callum was quite positive at the start. He kept things upbeat, and I'm absolutely buzzing now. Got a smile on my face, so I'm happy with that. But thank you very much. Let's get him back. He's facing the wrong way. Beautiful mirror. And off he goes back down to sulk. Get in. Well, I don't know if I mentioned, but this morning we were sat here and there was like, Callum did mention, I think I did mention it, but Callum said there was bubbles coming up. But the thing is, it was over the back of it was just towards the back of the island, but it was sort of coming my way. And I said to Callum, I said, oh, if there's bubbles out there, I might sort of like get some spoms out and try and get the fish to come over a bit more into my area. But obviously I didn't. Callum said leave it, don't, because you don't want to spook the fish if there's some there, which they were. But again, they were off the back of the spot. But I'm guessing if it was that fish that was bubbling, it obviously just swam my way, moved my way, picked up my bait, and that was game over.
Jumped on the end of the Parker baits, boy.
It jumped on the end of the Parker baits, and yeah, that's both. I mean, I've fished it now 2 times. I've had 2 fish, and they've both come off Parker baits OG fish. One was the original wafter, and one's obviously now off a 40mm bottom bait. So yeah, happy days. I didn't film it, but we just put out our left-hand rod. The reason why I didn't film it is because it's quite a job with that baiting pole. Callum, I haven't really got the hang of that yet, but we did manage to get my rig exactly where I want it, which is not under this big thick tree here in the foreground, but a bit further on you can see that tree there. In fact, I'll walk you up there because it's worth seeing, because to be fair, I didn't put a lot of bait in the scoop, because this morning I walked up here and put a couple of scoops in over the top. So without being too loud and walking too close to the edge of the bank, I've just dropped it in down here. So I was manning the pole, Callum was holding my rod, and as I tipped the spoon over with my rig in, Callum said it felt like quite a deep drop. I thought I saw a carp there on the top, but it's not. So yeah, I'm fishing right in this little bait here, not too close, because when I reeled it in earlier, there was a bit of a snag, and obviously if it goes off during the night, it looks like I could be in a bit of trouble. So I have put it probably a rod length out, 12 foot out. So yeah, it's looking good for a bite. Right, well Callum's just had some bubbles or some fizzing coming up. You can't quite see it on the camera, but just to the left of his spot on his left hand rod, which is exactly what happened about 5 minutes before mine went off.
We watched them almost come in, didn't we? We watched them come in
From the back.
from the back, and then yeah, quids in. 5 minutes later, bobbing whacks a blank, and you're away, mate.
Yeah, so hopefully the same happens again, and hopefully Callum's left hand rod goes. But have you redone your rods today, mate?
Yes, mate, I have.
Do you want to sort of say what you've sort of adjusted? Have you adjusted anything, or have you kept it the same?
No,
or
tweaked. So I've moved. I had one on a solid bag originally. I've now put 2 on a solid bag. So I've kept one in the cave area. What is £1 pounds round? I'll stick a finger in there if it makes any sense. So, whoop, about here in this area here. I've got one in there on a solid bag. I've got one on the end of this tree.
that's where we've just seen the fizzing coming up.
Yeah, there's a little bit of fizzing around this area. That is on a D rig, and then I've got another solid bag along this. Oh, there's my finger along this margin here.
Yeah.
Under that tree.
Yeah, looking good, mate. Looking good. So that's all 3 rods set for the day, is it?
Yes, mate. Yeah, no doubt. I'll put them out probably just before dark again. Learning to use that baiting pole is definitely a steep
It's
learning
funny.
curve,
We've
so-
been in stitches trying to sort it out,
So
trying to
I'll
work
be
it. But
shipping that solid bag down the margin with a pole later, and hopefully it goes out quite well.
happy days, happy days. And I'll just quickly talk you through the 3 rods that I've done. So, like I did mention, we've done the baiting pole on the left-hand one in the margin. Oh, Callum. The middle one, after I caught that fish, it went back out, back to on that spot straight away. So I'll probably bring that one in an hour. I'll keep it the same, D-rig, bottom bait, topper, but I'll probably just refresh the bait, because I'll be honest with you, I put out the same bait. The bait was still fine. I just got some bait spray out and just sprayed it, just because I wanted to get back out quickly. But I'll bring that in, redo that bait. And then the right hand one on the zig, it's going to stay on the zig, but I'm not quite happy with the way the zig is sort of sitting. So I'm going to bring that one in next and redo that one, tie up another zig. I'll probably keep it at 3.5, maybe 4 foot. Sun's just come out, which is bloody lovely. But I'm going to keep that again out in the middle. So there we go, 3 rods. It's pretty much the same tactics, just a bit of a zhushing it up a little bit. Right, well, it's a proper social here at Linbrook with Callum. We've got the cob out now. We're getting a little bit peckish, so Cal, take the lid off that, mate. We got, look at that, sausages and meatballs, and we've also got some burger buns up here for the sausages. We have sausage baps. Callum's got a bit of sriracha, hot chili sauce, which I'll probably stay away from. I'm not good with spice, but I've got a sweet chili dip. Might go on that. It's a bit less of a kick, isn't it, that? And a bit of ketchup, so happy days. Proper social now, isn't it?
No bosh.
Dilly dilly. Well, look at this, an absolute meat platter. I've got 6 sausages and 6 meatballs, and now he's about to get chicken wings out. I mean, our theory is, look, the cobstone's still going to burn, so we may as well cook the chicken, and then obviously when we're full up from what we've had already, we can just have the chicken later cold. But at least it's cooked and we don't waste the cobstone. So here you go, this is what I was saying about the old zig that I've been using. Red aligner with a bit of black foam, but if you look where I tied the blood knot, it's slightly frayed the line just here before the hook. So for me, I mean, I was fishing with it for a few hours, but I'm just like, it doesn't seem to sit right for me. When I'm fishing with a zig, I want it to be perfect, and I don't want anything like that happening. So I've just tied up a new one, and I've actually tied this one up with a Palomar knot, which eliminates the friction on the line when you pull the knot. So there's no, look how dead straight that is. There's no sort of fraying on that line. There's no weaknesses. It's going to sit right. I'm going to get a bit of black foam on there and go back to my trusty yellow and black. And also, before you attach your rig, make sure you wrap up on the wrapping stick before you chuck out, because that way you're not going to get your zig line caught anywhere or caught, like, you know what I mean. So 9 wraps out towards this tree over here. Bosh. So the carp are being caught from all over because there's been 5 carp landed this morning. 2 from the guy in Peg 2. He's had 2 fish. Then Peg 3's had 1 fish. Peg 12's had 1. And obviously I've had 1, which means the fish are moving. Which was good actually, because I've got Steve Renyard up here. He's doing a tuition with some guy, and he was saying about how it's been fishing not too well of late. But he was saying, and he's right because it's proved it, that having this many anglers on and this many lines in the water is moving the fish around. And clearly, with the fish being caught in the opposite ends of the lakes, it's obviously moving the fish round, which is a good thing. So happy days. Oh, hang about. Oh no. Oh, I got away with that. Go on, be gone with you. Where's your pal? All on your own now, isn't it? Coming your way, Cal. Well, this is it. It's not often I use the OG fish, but look at them balls of sexy goodness. Top quality at a very affordable price. Look at that. This is a shelf life version. But look at the particles within the bait. Double dusted and steamed to lock in the flavour. Bosh. Come on the carp. Well, here is fellow Parker Baits ambassador Callum Cusack. He's going to show us how he does his solid bag rigs. Go and check out his Instagram. I'll leave it on the bottom of the screen now. That's Callum Cusack. Brilliant angler. Although I don't want to blow his head up too much, but definitely a better angler than me, and he's caught some absolute bangers over the past few years. So yeah, go and check him out on Instagram. Drop a like, drop a follow, and here he is with his solid bags.
Right, so as Aaron just said there, I'm going to run you through how I would tie a PVA bag. I'm not saying it's the right way, I'm not saying it's the wrong way, it's just how I do it and what I go about it. Right, so I've got a inline lead, obviously, a little Gemini boom. I've started using these recently. I used to use sort of, I don't know, 6-inch leaders, but changed over. I think they're brilliant now. Supple little hook link. I've got a little German rig, or my interpretation of a German rig there, with a little AMC lock hook, supple braid, a little sinker, a little kicker, and a tiny little 12mm magic bean from Parker Baits that are absolutely game changing if you use solid bags. So yeah, I'd get on that and definitely grab yourself a party for a solid bag user. Right, so small sized solid PVA bag. Here's one I made earlier, Art Attack style. So I've got one ready to rock and roll. In my pellet mix, I've got the original, oh no, sorry, not original, the mini mix from Parker Baits, with an absolute ton of their magic dust on it as well. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and get it in shot, no idea, but it's got all sorts of goods and lovely additives and all sorts of bits in there. So yeah, definitely worth a shout on that as well. Right, so what I do, starting up, I have a tiny bit of pellet at the bottom. So almost like half a scoop just to line the bottom of the bag. Don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. I'm sure Aaron's going to moan at me at some point for this looking all out of shot. And then I drop my rig in, boom in, drop it all the way down. I then fill up with another scoopful or a scoop and a half of pellet. And then I grab the boom, the little stem, and pull the lead and sort of concertina the rig actually inside itself, so you're nice and neat, know everything's going in the right place and you're not going to get any tangles. Another scoop and a half of the mix, there we go, centralise the lead and centralise the boom, or the stem should I say, I keep saying boom. Give it a little shake, a little tap, a little bit of love, sort of make it into shape. Half a scoop more, voila, and that will be me. Give it a little shake, like I say, shake, tap, shake. Some like to lick and stick. I cannot stand lick and sticking. I think it's not, well, I won't say anything, I'll say it's not for me. Give yourself a bit of PVA tape, rip off, so enough to tie myself a couple of granny knots, get it on there, whiz a couple of times around, going down, so you're making the bag tighter and tighter. A couple of granny knots, like so. We've got 2, and the third just for good luck. There we go, third one just for good luck. And just tidy it up. So trim off your excess there, drop that out there. I'll tidy it up later, I'm not throwing it on the thing. Just trim off all the excess so it looks nice and pretty without trimming through the stem. Oh, almost did trim through the stem. Right, looks lovely and neat. Got a tiny little bag, and then just before I stick it out, well, this one's going out in about 30 seconds, so I'll get it all ready, make it nice aerodynamic. So little lick and stick at the corners, pull that over nice and tight, pokey pokey, pull that nice and tight, getting all the little pellets and bits in there, trying to take out as much air and excess space. Lick, stick, and voila. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully that's in shot. So that is my solid bag, tied up nice and hard. And the last thing that will go in, just before it goes out, you can see how much of the stuff I use. I've got hardly any left. I've got a bit of the old fruity flat spot in there, and that's, well, I'll go through one of these a session. That's how much I use solid bags. So there you go, that will go sploshing in just before I go out, and that's the job's good. Get yourself on it.
Wow, it is a beautiful end to the afternoon, just slowly heading into the evening. Say the temperatures are meant to drop down to -1 tonight, but right now it's probably 8-9 degrees. Doesn't feel too cold because the sun's out, but Peg 2 has just had another fish, and he's been fishing against that far bank, which is nobody can fish. There's no swims on that far bank basically. So obviously when you're in Peg 1 to sort of 11, 12, you'd be fishing against that far bank. But yeah, we've done all of our rods now. So as you would have seen, the left one went out with a baiting pole. That is on a OG Fish wafter, match the hatch. The middle rod is on the same bait which caught, which is a 14mm OG Fish boilie bottom bait with a yellow topper. And then a right hand rod is on a zig at 9 wraps out towards the tree over there. But that went out perfect. I'm happy with the bait and pole, and again the middle rod is right on the spot, so I'm very happy, very confident, and either one of those three could do a bite. I wouldn't change anything about all three of them. And Callum, you've just redone your rods.
Sure have, mate.
You happy with all of them? You confident?
Yes,
with all of them?
Definitely, yeah, 100%. So the right hand rod went out with the pole, starting to get the knack of it.
Yeah,
it's got out perfectly, really. Dropped that out, felt good. Got it further than you can really cast because of the overhanging tree. So yeah, maybe that's an edge, don't know. Solid bag rod, the one that's in the cave, as I keep calling it. Yeah, I'm well happy with that. That's the most rod I'm most confident in.
I think too. I think I really like that. And you put some spoms out over that today, haven't you?
Yeah, I put what would I put out? 5 over that, and then
something
8
like that
over the left hand.
Yeah.
Not loads of big bits. I think it's maggot, crumb, hemp, corn, magic dust, all that sort of jazz.
Yeah.
And then the left one is, I've gone a little bit further, so the guy in Peg 9 has left. So sort of opens up a little bit more water for me. So yeah, just gone a little bit further out, but not too much, because obviously I want to sort of stick to your guns a little bit. So.
And that's all set for the night now?
Yeah, mate, that's it, until we have 20 in the night. And we have to reset them every 5 minutes, so
good. You know what I'm saying, like, I'm happy with all 3 of mine. I think Callum's all happy with all 3 of his, so now it's just a case of a waiting game and hoping that the fish get down and get on the feed, and they have been today, since they've not been feeding for the last 5 days. Today has been a day that has changed, so hopefully when we go into the evening, the light drops down, they get a bit more confident and they get on the feed. Right, well, I just thought I'd take a moment to check this out on the video. Look at this, the sun is slowly going down, but look at the colours in the sky, the blue water. That's another thing at Linbrook actually, is they do dye the water blue. keeps all the, what is it, Callum? It keeps all the weeds and stuff down, doesn't it? The silt cleaner, yeah. So
kills the silt off, kills the weed.
yeah, yeah.
I think. I don't know. I'm no fishery owner.
But no, I mean, we're no experts, but I mean, it looks lovely as well. But I'm sure there's a reason behind it, and it does sort of like keep. I think it kills the weed or the silt or whatever. But
I think it's like siltex.
Yeah. But then, like I say, look at the colours there. You've got the blue and the reds and the it's absolutely stunning, beautiful. But yeah, a couple of beers and a bit of good company. That's what socials are all about.
That's cute.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Dilly.
Dilly. We are well and truly into the evening now. As you can see, it's pretty dark, but yeah, this was very similar to the time when I had the foul hook on the zig last night. So be interesting to see if anything does happen with that. I've still got the zig out, obviously. Callum's just actually gone to get, right, and I do have to confess, Callum's gone to go and get our second takeaway. We've been here for 2 nights. We've had 2 takeaways, plus all that meat and food that you saw earlier on the cob. So yeah, it's not big, it's not clever, and I'm not very proud of myself, but this is the last weekend that I'm going to treat myself to some naughty food, and then yeah, diet starts Monday. But I'll show you some of that in a minute. I really do hope that Callum gets one. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. We're about to enjoy some food, and we're going to see what the night brings. Right, so here we go. Callum, if you just shine your head up on that.
Oh my god.
We've got a chicken sandwich with doner meat and salad in.
Keskin special.
Keskins, yeah, big shout out to Keskins. And also, got some garlic bread in here. We've smashed most of it. And then let me, Callum, shine your head torch over here. He's only gone for the hanky-panky for dessert. Look at that, it's a chocolate cake. That is banging.
Savage.
Got to be done.
Oh.
Happy days, proper social. It is cold, as you can see. Look at that. It's about 2 degrees. Maybe not even that, maybe a degree, but yeah, it's very cold. We're turning in for the night now. Hopefully it goes off again in the morning, but yeah, I'm sure we'll let you know, and we'll keep in touch with you as and when things happen, if things happen, and hopefully we can bag another one between us in the morning tomorrow. So Callum, look how cold this is. Look.
It's cold.
Look.
That's freezing.
Mental, isn't it?
It didn't feel that bad on that for me. Yeah, I'll come through as I do. I'm going for a wee.
No worries, mate. Right. All the best, and like I say, we'll keep you updated, and I'm sure you'll see if anything happens. You can't even see my face. It's that every time I talk. I'll see you on the flip side, guys. Hopefully not too long with a carp. Good morning. We have woken up to a beautiful, beautiful sunrise here at Linbrook. And unfortunately, there was no fish caught during the night. I don't think anything came out during the lake. I might be wrong, but I didn't hear or see anything happen. It was very quiet again. Since the whole time we've been here, we've not seen any fish really breaching or anything like that. It's the only sort of signs we've seen of fish are bubbles here and there. But yeah, this was bite time yesterday, so fingers crossed. Between the two of us, we can have another one. It'd be really nice if Cal can have one, obviously, and oh, bless me, I'd love another one. But it's fishing, in it, and like you say, we could have woke up with much worse conditions. Morning, Cal.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I was going to say, I thought you were going to have one last night because you had a couple of liners, didn't you?
I did. I had a line on the left-hand rod. What was that, about 10-ish?
Yeah.
I don't know. We weren't that late going to bed last night, but it was a bit colder, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I think what we thought was, because the weather temperature was dropping, we thought, because you're fishing in a deeper part of the lake, aren't you?
Yeah, well, 7 foot. It's not Not deep, but deeper than
Deeper. Yeah, most of the lake is sort of like 5 foot, 6 foot, but Callum's in like 7 foot of water. And because he got those liners, we thought to ourselves, oh, maybe the fish are moving into the deeper water for a bit of warmth. And that's why, you know, I said to Callum, I was like, your rod's going to go because the fish are moving in there. So if they do get down there, and they are in there, they start waking up, you've got every chance, mate. So
100%, mate. We're till 1, and like you say, bite time yesterday was 8 till, I don't know, when did that guy last one? Probably lunchtime, 12 o'clock?
about lunchtime, yeah.
So fingers crossed, mate.
So that's it. We've got a few hours to go. Really do hope we can make something happen. But yeah, incredible social, great beer, great company, incredible view, and just nowhere else I would rather be at the weekend. Look at it. Well, this is absolutely stunning. We just sat here and there's a cormorant that keeps diving down on Callum's left arm rod. There it goes. He picked it up. But yeah, look, you see that cormorant over there?
No, that's a grebe, I think.
Or grebe, or whatever it is. It's something. Oh yeah, I think it is a grebe actually, mate. We saw the cormorants flying over earlier. But it's obviously found Callum's spot and the bait that he's put out, and it's just picked up his left arm rod.
Middle. That's just picked up the middle. It's obviously small. It's going to pick up the left hand one now.
But yeah, absolutely stunning. Look at this. We did just see actually a lot of fizzing coming out sort of towards, well past the island, but sort of towards the middle of the lake there. I mean, we've got no right to fish there. There's nowhere near, it's not our water at all. So, but I was surprised that nobody chucked a bait on it, or a bag, or a single, or the only thing I can think of is if people may be fishing that spot already and the fish have moved over and just not picked up their bait. But just listen to how peaceful that is. Right, well, we are just packing up, and like I say, who loves a nice warm dry pack down? It's awesome. Rods are staying out though, Cal, aren't they?
Of course they are.
Till last minute.
Need it after this packing down, man, out of breath.
Yeah, but we've not seen anything come out today or last night, so it was just yesterday morning they turned on.
Till now.
But it's gone quiet again, so yeah, it's looking like that might be it. We've probably still got another hour. But yeah, it's gone quiet. We're packing away. Barrows are loaded. Might have to take a couple of trips to the car, but it's only a short barrow. But yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. I say the facilities on site, the guys that run it, the bailiffs, it's a really well run fishery. So if you haven't checked out Linbrook before, Lin Brook Carp Fishery, check them out on Instagram, Facebook. They might have a website, but they're coming to the Catch app very soon. So you'll be able to book on there, get more information about it on there. And yeah, like I say, for further details, check out their socials. Absolute incredible lake, incredible venue, brilliant people, and just, yeah, just a shame we couldn't have any more fish. Yet. I'll put one on order for Callum. Put one on order for you, mate.
Daily banger. 10 minutes time, please.
Let's hope so. Well, that is it. That wraps up our session, 48 hours at Linbrook. And unfortunately, it was just the one fish between us. It was a tough going session. When we arrived, fish hadn't been out for 5 days, so we knew it was going to be tough. Nothing the first night.
No.
In the morning, they switched on. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Fish out, fish out, fish out. And that's when I caught mine.
Then they closed up shop.
And then that was it again. So, yeah.
Nothing really.
But I said to Callum, like, would you do anything different?
Oh, yeah. Sort of ventured more open water, I guess. But hindsight's great, isn't it? I was told by the bailiff to fish fairly tight to the snags. I guess could have gone further under, but who knows?
Yeah,
Hindsight's a great thing.
And
Learn for next time.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the fish are going to feed on what they choose to feed on, you know. If they want to be out in the middle, they will. If they want to be in the margins, they will. So who really knows? But anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, you know what to do. Go down, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I just would like to say, I did very much prefer fishing with Callum than Tom.
Tom's a boring bastard.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. Happy days.
By the way, follow me on Instagram. Love me.
I'll put you on there, don't worry.